Hello everyone and welcome to another part of Let's Play Eador, Masters of the Broken World on Overlord difficulty. The last time we managed to conquer our first province, we gained some cash by plundering our provinces and healed our units to be able to attack another province. So let's hit end turn and see what we will have in this province. Probably a bit tougher defense because the province has higher population and as expected, two more defenders, but still militiamen, slinger and spearmen. So let's attack and hope that we will get as many militiamen as possible, because those guys are the easiest to kill from the list. Move our herd barbarian back a bit and start the fight. Okay, so we have 4 militiamen, only 1 spearman and 1 slinger. That's okay, and it makes the fight a bit easier. First, again, focus on the range unit, weaken it a bit, and let the melee come. As you can see here, the impassable obstacle on the map forced the AI to spread its units a bit. Always try to use these obstacles to force the AI to do this, because you will usually be fighting superior numbers, and if you manage to let opponent units come in smaller groups or one by one, you will gain a huge advantage and make all these fights much easier for you. And still keep weakening the slinger and let melee units come. Now move our units forward a bit and focus our attacks on the spearman, who is at the moment the most dangerous unit. Always try to focus to get rid of the most dangerous units first, and then just you can easily finish the rest. Finish off the stamina of the slinger and end turn. Also do the same thing as the AI is doing. Focus your attacks on one unit only, so by doing that you will decrease the numbers of the opponent army, and will make harder for the AI to overwhelm you by the superior numbers it usually has. Okay, now we have only 1 militiaman and the slinger left, so there should be no problems at all now. Finish off the last melee and move to the slinger. And the battle is over, so let's see what we have. Some extra gold, item, traveling stuff, nothing important to us, so we'll just sell it for some extra cash. And we have a level up for our hero, and we have extra command. That's really nice that that's what we wanted. Now we have room for 1 extra unit, and that unit will be a healer, and that will increase the strength of our army really significantly. From abilities we have to choose from, we have logistics. I don't recommend you to take this early, because at this point the upkeep of the army is not that high, and minus 10% is not that significant. But later in the game, when you get to higher tier units, you may consider taking this, because if you level it a bit, the difference in the upkeep can be quite significant, especially on maps where you have only poor provinces around you. Discipline to level 2, it's always nice to get your units some extra survivability, but I will take the offensive tactics here, because attack, that's something our barbarians excel in, and we want to support their strong side as much as we can. So offense, and we have a level up for our barbarian. So let's talk a bit about how leveling works. and how you get experiences. The amount of experiences you get from the battle depends on the opponent army, on the amount of units in the opponent army, on the tier of those units, on the level of those units. After the fight, computer counts how much experience you received for your army and spreads this amount evenly between all units that participated in the battle. Furthermore, if a unit manages to kill an opponent unit, it gets a bonus to this amount. These bonus experiences are only for the one unit which managed to get a kill and is not spread. Uh, by this you can focus on leveling only one unit you want to level up as fast as possible. Just let that unit get as many last hits as possible and it will level faster than the rest of your army. So for our barbarian here we have to choose either berserker +1 or +1 hit point. The berserker +1 means that when the unit is enraged it deals 1 extra damage or a stronger attack, let's say, and this just gives +1 hit point. At this point I prefer to go for extra hit points over anything else. Later in the game the importance of hit points is a bit lower and I later take attack above hit points, but for now let's go for hit points. Another promotion, again hit points, and we have a medal here. So let's talk about medals a bit. How to get medals. There in the game is like 7 or 8 different types of medals. Not each of them is available to every type of unit. And each of those medals has different requirements you need to meet during the battle to get a chance to receive the medal. When you meet those requirements, the chance to get the medal is not 100%. It depends how well you meet those requirements. So let's say for the Order of the Defender, to get a chance to receive this medal, the unit which is receiving it has to take heavy damage during the fight. I won't be talking uh, uh, about the numbers exactly, just all you have to know is that you need the unit to take a lot of damage, and also that unit needs to kill at least one enemy unit during the fight. The more damage you take and the more units you kill, the higher the chance for receiving this medal. But this early in the game, I recommend against awarding your units with medals. Why? Because a barbarian without medal has upkeep of 6. If you see here, the medal would increase the income, I mean the upkeep of the barbarian by 4, so it will almost double its upkeep. And our economy is still not that strong to support an army fully equipped with medals. If you just if you see a promotion with a medal and just go for award, you can end up in a situation where your army will be so expensive early in the game that you won't be able to support it with your economy. So always think first before you equip the medal if it's worth the price, and at this point it simply is not. What I usually do is I wait until I have first few healers, equip those with healing medals, and after that I focus on rewarding my melee units. This can change a bit depending how rich provinces I have around my capital, but uh, especially later in the game you will always follow this order of rewarding your units. So let's pass on the chance and another level up. Now from what we have, it's a morale promotion. This is quite low priority for a barbarian and berserker, so that's extra attack, so let's take this. And let's see, now we want to get a healer because we have a slot in our army for him, but we don't have enough gold because we need to build the Brotherhood of Light. It's 100 gold and 40 gold to recruit the healer. So now I will plunder a province for some extra cash, and in the next turn I will move back to my capital, build the Brotherhood and recruit a healer. We have 75 gold, that's really nice. So let's move back and build the Brotherhood. So here we have our healer. You will see that the healer will increase the strength of our army quite significantly, and also will increase the rate at which our barbarians will be healing between battles, so we will be able to fight much more often. At this point they are still hurt a bit, so I will explore for one turn to heal them up a bit, and in the next turn we will go for some other provinces to conquer. In the first video I said that I will go for these two provinces here, but if I remember correctly from my last playthrough of a campaign, on the first few shards the second ring of provinces is actually not that hard to conquer as it is later in the game. So I will check these two provinces, how hard defense there is, and it might be possible to get them quite early. And I want them simply because the upkeep, I mean the income for these provinces is really quite high, and also because this province here has extra resource. What these extra resources do, let's have a look in our fort. As you can see, some buildings have extra requirements for these resources. They cost not only gold but also require an extra resource. If you don't have this resource, it doesn't mean that you can't build a building, but you have to pay extra gold instead of the resource. So it's always good to get these resources as fast as possible. And also, if you check again, the income of provinces with these special resources is usually higher than of provinces without these resources, either if it means gold, or for some other resources like Mandrake here, it's extra income in gems. So this is probably all for this part, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will take a short break and see you in the moment. Bye bye.